Steve Jobs and the Amazing Phone. Once upon a time, there was a man named Steve Jobs. Steve was a creative man who loved to imagine new things. He had a big dream of making a phone that would be different from any phone people had ever seen. He wanted to make a phone that could do so much more than just make calls. He wanted it to be a phone, a music player, and a tiny computer all in one. But creating the phone was not easy at all. Steve knew it would take a lot of hard work, smart thinking, and patience. Many people told him that his idea was just too hard to make. But Steve believed in his dream. He believed that he could make something amazing. To start, Steve needed a team of smart people to help him. He gathered engineers, designers, and people who could think of new ideas. They were all excited, but they knew it would be hard. They worked together in a big building where they had lots of meetings and ideas. They knew they had to make the phone small enough to fit in a pocket, but powerful enough to do many things. One of the hardest things they had to do was make a screen that people could touch. Back then, phones had buttons, but Steve didn't want buttons on his phone. He wanted a big, smooth screen that people could just tap and swipe with their fingers. This was a brand new idea. Many people didn't think it could work, and it was very difficult to make. The team kept testing different types of screens, but they kept breaking or didn't work well. Sometimes, Steve felt disappointed, but he didn't give up. He told his team, "Let's keep trying. We're getting closer." Next, they had to create software, the brain of the phone, so it could do many things like play music, send messages, and show pictures. This was really hard because the brain had to be very small but super smart. Steve and his team stayed up late at night working on the software. Sometimes, they felt like they might never figure it out. But Steve reminded them, "This is going to change the world. Let's keep going." They also had to make the phone's battery last a long time. They didn't want the phone to turn off in the middle of the day. They tried many types of batteries, but none of them worked for as long as they wanted. Steve kept encouraging his team to try again and again, saying, "We'll find the right one." Some people told Steve that the phone was just too hard to make, and they thought he should stop trying. But Steve didn't listen. He believed in his dream, and he knew his team could make it happen if they kept working hard. Steve had a strong heart, and he didn't give up, even when things got very hard. Finally, after years of hard work, late nights, and many, many tries, Steve and his team had the very first phone ready. When Steve held it in his hand, he was so happy. He knew that all the hard work had been worth it. The phone had a big touch screen, it could play music, show pictures, and even go on the internet. It was exactly what he had dreamed of. When Steve showed the phone to the world, everyone was amazed. People loved it and wanted one of their own. The phone became very popular and changed how people used phones forever. Now, people could talk to their friends, listen to music, and even watch videos. All with one small device. Steve's story shows us that even when things are hard, we should keep going. If we believe in our dreams and never give up, we can do amazing things, just like Steve Jobs did with the phone.